topic for today is 4 reasons you should not be getting serious with a Filipino woman. And what much worse, 4 reasons why you should not even think about marrying a Filipino woman. But if you're really thinking about marrying this girl, make sure she doesn't have children. If she has children, it's not a knock on her for having children, but it's just something that you have to look at. One of the things that my friend warned me about a Filipino woman with a child is that when you fall in love with her and you want to marry her, let's just say you want to bring her to the US, the ex-husband have a lot to say with that child. He may not want that child to go to the US, and now she's all worried about her child, and you're married to her, and you just open up a whole can of worms. All right, number 2. The second reason why you should not be getting serious with a Filipina, if that girl is a bar girl. A lot of you guys are coming over here, and if you're looking for that special someone, somehow you end up meeting a bar girl, and let's just say you do fall in love with her. The problem is when you leave, her job is to be a bar girl, so that means she's going to be with other men. And I don't know how you can get serious with a bar girl when her job is to make every man that she meets happy. If you know what I'm talking about. That's her job, to make them happy. But let's just say you fall in love with her, and what are you going to do? You got to take her out of that business. Now you have to support her, right? You're serious about her, and hopefully she won't go back to the bar scene while you're out of town. I had dated a bar girl one time, and I did gotten to like her a lot. She also worked at a regular job. You're gonna find a lot of these girls that are working in the bars, they have multiple jobs. They're not just working at the bars because they're working at the bars to make extra money, fast money. They're either going to school, working at another job, or a part-time job, but because they need to make a lot of money, so they work in these bars, and it's quick money, right? A lot of foreigners. And she was making about $10,000 a month working at a department store, and working at the bar. I said, well, when all's said and done, how much do you make here at the bar? She told me that somewhere around 20,000 pesos a month. 30,000 pesos, that's a lot of money for a young woman. And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll take care of you if you're serious about our relationship. I'll give you $20,000, 20,000 pesos a month if you stop working here and you work at your regular job. That went on for a couple of months. We had a very nice relationship. I had to go back to the US for some reason, and we talked to each other almost every day. And I sent a message to her. I said, hey, I'm going to be there. I don't remember the day, but basically I was going to be there on Thursday. And I was able to get in a day early on a Wednesday night. I went to this bar that I met her at. She was there, working. Oh man, I was like, oh my gosh, Sam. Oh boy. She saw me, we're like in the middle of the night, 2 cats looking at each other. Our eyes are like wide open. I see her, she sees me, and she didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to say. She's probably saying, what are you doing in this bar? And I'm going, what are you doing in this bar? We didn't say anything. We actually didn't say anything. I was so, I don't know, did I have a right to be mad? I was so mad. I was so pissed off. I didn't say anything to her. She's working. I didn't want to say anything to her. And then she came up to me and said, hey, can can I see you after work tonight? And I said, no, I'm not going to see you anymore. That was it. That was the end of that relationship. I might have been wrong for doing that. I just cut my losses. And that relationship was over. The third reason that you should not consider this girl as your serious girlfriend. A couple months into the relationship, she told me she had 2 kids. So I dated her a couple more months before I decided to tell her, all right, let's meet your children. You know, we've been together for about 4 or 5 months now. You know, I remember one time when I was my first divorce, my first child, she was probably about 6 or 7 or maybe 8 years old. And I had been divorced for about 3 or 4 years. And I brought my little girl on a date with another girl. She had a great time. I think we went to Stone Mountain in Atlanta, Georgia. Dropped her off at her mom's. Then I get a phone call from my ex-wife, and she goes, what did you do to your daughter? I said, what do you mean? I picked her up like I normally do on weekends, and we went to Stone Mountain. She goes, she's been crying ever since she got home. And she won't stop crying, and she won't tell me what happened. I said, I don't know. Well, I took her, me and a friend, we picked her up, and then we went to Stone Mountain. She mean, what do you mean, a friend? I said, well, a girl. I met a girl at the fitness center, and, you know, we're just friends. She goes, Sam, you can't do that to her. You know, she may not be ready. You should have asked her before you, you know, take her out with you and your girl. With that experience in my 20s, after 4 or 5 months, I decided it's time for me to meet the kids, right? And this is where she dropped the bomb on me. I said, yeah, let's see the kids. He said, well, I have one more thing I want to tell you. I said, well, what was that? What's that? What do you need to tell me? What's going on? She goes, I'm still married. You're still what? I'm still married. But we have not been together for about 6 or 7 years. We've been separated for about 6 or 7 years. I said, well, why are you guys not divorced? This is where I found out that a lot of Filipinas, they've been married, but they won't get a divorce. Why? In the Philippines, they don't believe in divorce. A lot of these girls that got married at an early age, they're not divorced. But yet, in their mind, they're divorced. But on paper, they're still not divorced because they don't believe in divorce. And then I said, well, why didn't you, you know, and then she goes, you know, we're Catholics, and, you know, Catholics have their own rules. I said, well, why don't you get an annulment? She goes, yes, but annulment costs money. All right, you know, that makes sense, right? It costs a lot of money. A lot of these Filipinas and Filipinos, men, they don't have the money. So they just decided to separate. He, you know, she told me that he's already with another woman. They have their own kids. But, you know, she's been alone all these years, and she saw me on the internet. You know, we got to know each other. She fell in love with me. That was strike number 2. 5 months earlier, I thought I was, you know, falling in love with a girl in my life. Treated me very well. 2 months later, she told me she has children. Hey, my mother, you know, she had 2 children. And my father overlooked that, married her, brought us to America and adopted us. So I said, yeah, maybe I could do that too. I said, is there any other surprises? You're married? Because in my mind, I'm going, you know, I've already invested this amount of time to be with her. I'm in love with her now. I need the, you know, we can move in together. I'm willing to take care of the kids. Now she tells me she's married, and I'm going, oh my gosh. And then she gives me the story, right? The annulment thing. They don't have enough money to get a annulment. They've been separated for, you know, 5 or 6 years. He's got another family, have children with her, practically no contact with each other. And I said, is there anything else that I need to know? And she said, he's a cop, he's a police officer. Yeah, in my mind, I'm going, okay, Sam, this doesn't look good. I mean, I went from a guy that wanted to make things work to a guy that says, I better get out of here quick. Don't even get near her. And she's got 2 kids with this guy. She's married. She's not divorced. Plus, he's a cop. And in the Philippines, you really don't have many rights where a guest in a foreign country, you know, what happens if you get drunk one night? I'm not saying cops get drunk. And he goes, oh, you know what? I still love my wife because they're still married. And then he finds out that I'm dating his wife, or we're living together, and he decides to pull a fast one or something. Well, we broke up very quickly. Number 4, this is one thing that you should not lead her to think it's a serious relationship, lead her to think that you're going to get married. And I had this for a long time, and it's me. If you're not serious, if you're not ready to have a serious relationship, don't lead that girl to think that you're ready for a serious relationship. The mindset of a Filipino woman and province girl, when they decide to date someone and you call her your serious girlfriend, she's thinking marriage. She's thinking for life. She's thinking that you're the one. And you're not ready for that. Don't lead her to think that you're ready for that. And most Filipinas are one-man women. They're not going to date around. They're focused on you. They're locked in. And if you're even thinking about dating other girls, or just having her as a serious girlfriend but have other girls on the side, don't do it. You're going to hurt her, and it's going to scar her. Just don't go breaking young girls' heart, right, guys? All right. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and we will see you in Florida. I'm gonna get out of here. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.